Hi, my name is Al D'Amato, and I am seeking your vote for a position on our Board of Trustees. I've owned my house here since 2008, yet I've been using the amenities since '96, when my mother brought in here. Some of my background consists of being a production manager for a multi-million-dollar company, reporting directly to the vice president. I was responsible for scheduling production and packaging of product. This also entailed inventory control as well as the production end. I have worked as a mechanic, worked in asphalt operations, which is a background for building roads. Been a warehouse manager overseeing 50 employees. Been a big box retail manager, commercial truck driver. In addition, I've owned and operated my own business, taking a $10,000 loan and turning it into a $250,000 business within a 3-year time period. I will do my utmost regarding fiduciary responsibilities and spending, looking forward for ways to create revenue streams during these difficult times that we all are experiencing. I've been assistant treasurer and treasurer in past positions on our board. I hope to bring change for the better of all operations with increased accountability from all employees, both union and non-union. I can name most of our union employees as I take the time to speak and get to know them, although I've been told several times to stop talking to the help. To the best of my knowledge, I have been the only sitting or former board member to volunteer for our Helping Hands program. I've lost count of how many years I've done this. I have also donated and planted irises in the butterfly garden under Joanne's direction. In addition, for the last 2 years, I have coordinated volunteers assisting in the greenhouse operations. I was tasked with coordinating and organizing our 50th anniversary parade, and we know how that turned out. I have programmed a light show for the Westionnaires recently and participated in the operation of their recent shows. I bicycle our community, seeing up close areas that may need attention and relaying same to our management. I embrace technology and wish to further enhance the use of same throughout our community. Swipe cards and QRs are in place and operational, which have reduced overall costs. I ask for your support and vote Al D'Amato for trustee. You can email me with your questions and comments at aldamato.lvw@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ivan Gilbert, and I'm a candidate for a position on the Leisure Village West Board of Trustees. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to share some time with you, my friends, neighbors, and fellow members. You know, only about 1/3 of our members are actually engaged in the community, so the fact that you've tuned in today tells me that you're concerned and want the crucial information to make an informed decision. Well, if you don't know me, I've lived in our outstanding village for the past 4 years together with my wife Bella. We're active in LVW's clubs and activities. We dance at the monthly LVW Dance Club events and frequently attend events at the Italian American Social Club, the Irish American Social Club, the Jewish American Social Club, and the Friends of Latin America group. We also enjoy playing dominoes every Wednesday. Additionally, I served as a member on LVW's Ad Hoc Technology Committee, tasked with finding a new entry gate system. As for my educational background, it's quite straightforward. I've earned a bachelor's degree in Talmud Jewish law from the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, a conservative Jewish institution located in New York City, and a Juris Doctor degree from Concord Law School. I've also attended Columbia University of the City of New York, where I majored in history, and the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Since my college days, nearly 40 years ago, my career has centered on serving others. I'm an attorney and have served previously as a paralegal and an educator. I've also founded and led several companies, served on the boards of several distinguished charitable organizations, conducted educational seminars throughout the world, frequently served as a guest judge at an annual moot court competition hosted by New York University, and as a guest speaker at law schools and businesses throughout the United States. During my career, I've held leadership roles in which I've learned to listen to and interact with varied audiences, including partners, shareholders, contractors, vendors, students, governmental personnel, and legislators. During these interactions, I was able to help others and experience multiple points of view and foster consensus through negotiation and compromise. Now, as much as I love and cherish our beautiful community, I do take issue with the management of our community. Like many of my fellow residents, I believe that during the last 2 years, the BOT has taken us in the wrong direction. I believe we need new leadership with trustees who have the courage, temerity, and fortitude to promote new, fresh, innovative ideas that benefit all who live here. I also believe that because the current BOT is rarely responsive to our concerns, many of us feel we don't have a voice. I'm different. I'm not like most of the current trustees. I'm not interested in maintaining the status quo. I want to make a difference. I'm running as an outsider who can facilitate the change we need, and as a friend who isn't afraid to buck conformity when necessary, advocate for our residents, and ensure that your voice is heard. I seek to return fiscal responsibility, transparency, and integrity to the BOT, and substantially change how our community is governed and its interaction with its members. In short, I want to put the focus back on you. That's why I'll be proud to pursue the following 8 goals when I'm elected. Improving and maintaining our infrastructure and amenities. Preserving our personal financial assets by creating an exemption to the bylaw's title transfer fee, which as I speak is currently $2,150, for residents who transfer ownership of their unit to an irrevocable trust and then continue to reside in the unit. Creating a mechanism to monitor contracts to prevent abusive practices, conflicts of interest, and to ensure that any work performed is safe, necessary, satisfactory, and within budgetary parameters. Instituting an asset management and control system to track asset usage and location, increase longevity, enhance security, and eliminate waste. Designating an independent compliance officer to establish an internal compliance program on site and monitor and enforce both internal policies and procedures, as well as compliance with federal and state laws on a routine basis. Performing a top-to-bottom review of how the BOT conducts business vis-a-vis its members, and in particular, changing the current we versus them management culture. resisting the status quo when necessary, by engaging in spirited, robust debate and providing opposing views and alternative perspectives. And finally, focusing on you by putting our needs before our wants. Honestly and sincerely listening to you, taking your suggestions, concerns, ideas, and criticisms to heart, and keeping an open mind. I close with these immortal words by Helen Keller of how just one person can make a difference. I learned a great many new words that day. I do not remember what they all were, but I do know that mother, father, sister, teacher were among them. Words that were to make the world blossom for me. It would have been difficult to find a happier child than I was as I lay in my bed at the close of that eventful day and lived over the joys it has brought me, and for the first time longed for a new day to come. She was writing about the day Anne Sullivan came into her life. Helen Keller expressed something we all know, but rarely give much thought to, that we as human beings are endowed with the unique qualities of, among other things, faith, hope, compassion, gratitude, love, humility, and wisdom. I clearly understand that to be a good trustee, I must continually exemplify those qualities and put your interest ahead of my own, to keep my focus on you, the members, on a daily basis, and I pledge to do so. I encourage all of you to join me at one of my 40+ meet and greets, or to call me to discuss any of your LVW concerns or ideas, might they be financial, administrative, maintenance, or otherwise. I also invite you to visit my website at PHOEBBUFET.wixsite, that's WIXSITE.com/Ivan-4, that's FOR-LVW-BOT, where you can find more information about me and my campaign, learn how to get involved, read testimonials, and keep up with the latest campaign news. You can also access the website by scanning the QR code on my campaign signs. Thank you for your time and your consideration, and I hope you'll vote for me, because together we will make a difference.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Mark Kosevniak, a candidate running for the LVW Board of Trustees. My wife Kathy and I moved into the village December 2017. We were very impressed with all that LVW had to offer. With the knowledge I've acquired over the years, I feel it is time to give back to the community. I was promoted from engineering to sales at A.H. Harrison Sons in Fairfield, New Jersey. As an account manager, I sold concrete forms for bridges, tunnels, warehousing, airports, roadways, and marine construction. I did takeoffs and estimates from contract drawings, as well as project specifications. After retirement, I drove for Enterprise Car Rental for 9 years. I attended Newark College of Engineering in Newark, New Jersey, Passaic School of Drafting in Passaic. I was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army as a military policeman. I was a two-term councilman in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, DPW Commissioner, liaison to the Board of Ed, Personnel Committee, and Shade Tree Commissioner. I served as president of the Coral Reef Condo Association in North Wildwood for 3 years. I'm a past commander of American Legion Post 147 in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, and also a member of Post 129 in Toms River. I'm a member of St. John's Church in Lakehurst on their security team. I'm a member of several clubs and have lived here for 6 years and have gained an appreciation of LVW. I've attended BOT meetings and feel I have experience to offer. As an example, I feel residents should have a vote on upcoming amenities, along with anticipated expenses for each. I'm a member of several clubs in LVW. The Farm Club is perhaps my favorite, since I've always had a garden wherever I've lived. The Pet Club is responsible for our dog Poppy, a rescue 2 years old when we adopted her. She's an active member of our family. I joined the Bocce Club when we first moved in and had never played before. It is good exercise and I've made a lot of friends there. I also call bingo at LVW. Also, the travel club has taken us to several places my wife and I had never seen. Always a lot of fun. As previously mentioned, I do enjoy this community. When we moved in 6 years ago, going on a tour with friends who lived here that we have known since high school, we were sold on LVW. Reconnecting as well as making a lot of new friends, we're blessed to be here. Over the last few years, this place seems to have changed, and in my opinion, not all for the better for all residents. The present board does not seem to have the residents' best interest in mind. The more I see, the more I meet residents and talk with them, they seem to have issues with the quality of service now being displayed. We have friends and relatives in the area, one of which is a realtor. Talk is LVW is getting a bad reputation. While talking with many residents, I've listened to complaints, some long-term and some more recent. Road improvements need to be better addressed. My street, Winchester Court, is a prime example. There's a pothole in the middle of the road big enough to fit a small dog, and it's been there for more than a year. Others have mentioned similar conditions on their streets. Riding through the village, I see many residents with mildew on the sides of their units, along with others that need painting. While at an event in Willow recently, it was mentioned that the sound and stage system lighting needs to be addressed in both Willow and Encore. On more than one occasion, men were waiting outside the unmanned gates for a car to open the gate so they could gain access. We have a monitoring system at these locations, but no one actually watching at the time. Since Route 70 gate is manned 24/7, that person could have a viewing screen of the other gates and quickly react to contact the police in a timely manner. Another issue is the GE appliance service. Presently, newer units service is available, and older units it is not. It was recommended by word of mouth to buy GE, so service would be included in-house. I spent over $7,000 in replacement of appliances with GE only to find out they didn't include service to my microwave. Since they no longer repair fogged windows, how about a trade-off for the appliance repairs for all units? I have a dog, Poppy. We travel well together. I feel all dogs are permitted to walk the paths through the village. If properly leashed, they should be allowed to visit with their owners to various courts to say hello to the players. Along the same vein, our dog park could use an expansion, much as other towns have done, to increase their exercise. It is a good idea for the new board to list upcoming work to be done with estimated costs and approximate starting dates. These costs should be adhered to as well. These are some of the things currently on our owners' minds, just basic upkeep before we continue down this road of major amenities and higher monthly fees. In closing, I would appreciate your support in electing me to the BOT. Thank you.
Hello to all residents of Leisure Village West. For those who don't know me, I'm Steve Leslie Randall, and I am a candidate for your Board of Trustees in this summer's election. My wife Susan and I chose our Cambridge Circle home just over 4 years ago, and we both feel that it has been one of the best decisions we have made in over 30 years together. Service to community has always been my life's work and desire. While residing in Staten Island, I provided service to my community in several different ways. I served my church for over 17 years as council secretary, council treasurer, and a council member. Additionally, I was an assisting minister, a confirmation guide, and a Sunday school teacher. Professionally, I worked for the City of New York Department of Education as a high school biology teacher for 25 years, retiring in 2019. While teaching at Port Richmond High School on Staten Island, I served for 12 years as the teacher representative on the school leadership team. This was the committee that helped determine the policies for the school. I served as the science coordinator for 2 years before a new assistant principal was appointed. I was also the school treasurer during my final 6 years of teaching. Arriving in LVW in May 2019, it did not take me long before I returned to service in my new community. By the first summer here, I was volunteering for both Helping Hands and Viston, and continue volunteering to this day. As I gained an understanding of the procedures of the village post-pandemic shutdown, I was welcomed onto both the Administration Committee and the Architectural Committee. I continue my membership on both committees. Hopefully, many residents will remember me as the volunteer coordinator of the 50th Anniversary Committee last summer. I am proud to say that I was able to get nearly 150 residents to volunteer for the celebration, and I ensured that all of the events, games, and activities were well staffed over the 3 days of the celebration. In the past 6 months, I served on the Ad Hoc Technology Committee, which investigated a replacement entry system for our resident car gates. I currently am a member of the Ad Hoc Administration Architectural Committee, which is attempting to simplify the explanation for the use of permits in our resident handbook. Also currently, I serve as treasurer for both Helping Hands and the Rummikub Club, and as co-vice president for current events. My club participations include the African American Club, LGBTQ+ Club, the Nature Club, the Travel Club, Mexican Train, Because It's Thursday, and the Tuesday afternoon sing-along. Finally, for the past 3 years, I have worked for the Ocean County Board of Election as a poll worker. As I said at the start, service to my community is my passion. With the knowledge and experience I have acquired in the 4 years as a Leisure Village West resident, I feel that I am ready to step up and serve the village as a whole as a member of the Board of Trustees. As a trustee, my primary role is service to the residents, ensuring the smooth functioning and the preservation of our beautiful village. Other responsibilities include listening to the residents, for you are the owners of LVW. I will work cooperatively with the trustees and management to fulfill my fiduciary responsibility. I will help to design strategies to streamline and reduce the financial costs involved in the operation of the village. I will reach out to residents and incorporate their suggestions when appropriate. Some of the major issues that I have heard residents speak about at open board meetings, on social media, and in passing include the gate attendants. I want to increase the smooth operation of the entrance gates and reduce unnecessary backup on non-holidays. Servicing and cleaning of roofs and gutters. How can we improve and enhance these functions? The home maintenance scheduling should be modernized so that residents are not just on the list. I wish to address the safety and quality of life issues that may affect residents. I wish to help develop policies so that all residents can live here in peaceful coexistence. A solution may lie in the installation of stop signs at all designated crosswalks. But the toughest issue that concerns everyone is our monthly maintenance fees. How can we minimize increases in an uncertain economic environment? I fully comprehend that there is no magic wand that can be used to solve all of these problems and others. However, working with the trustees, working with management, working with and for the residents, I am confident that with a cooperative spirit, we can find common ground that will allow compromises that will ease the strain that currently exists within our beautiful village. While I cannot guarantee any of these visions and desires, I can guarantee that I will do my best for the residents of Leisure Village West and will always have an open ear, mind, and heart towards positive changes. I thank you for the opportunity to serve Leisure Village West and kindly ask that you consider me when you cast your ballot this summer. Thank you, and be well.
Hello, Leisure Village West friends and neighbors. I'm Linda Miller, and I am running for a seat on the Board of Trustees. I have lived here for 6 years with my partner, Ken Caraba. When we were looking for our forever home, we looked at a lot of places, but we kept coming back to Leisure Village West. It was by far the best decision that we have ever made. Knowing that the Board of Trustees represents a wide and varied group of individuals, I will bring my communication and organizational skills to it. I honed these skills with more than 35 years in the retail industry as a manager. My duties there included scheduling, budget, training associates, and most importantly, great customer service. I met people from all walks of life and always treated them with kindness and respect. At present, I am the president of the Bingo Club. This is a volunteer position where I have again used my organizational and customer service skills. The Italian American Club is dear to my heart, and I serve as treasurer along with a great board. Along with that, I served on the 50th anniversary committee in charge of the raffle, which was a huge success. I also enjoy being a member of the farm and cooking clubs, and bocce and aquasizers are other favorite activities. Ken and I enjoy socializing with the Because It's Thursday group, where we have made many new friends. In 2022, we celebrated 50 years of being a wonderful place. We are privileged to live in such a great community in our retirement years. I am sure that you would all agree that we want it to be the wonderful place that it is for the next 50 years and beyond. I feel that I can and will bring creative ideas and a new perspective to our Board of Trustees, where the opportunity to serve our community abounds. I thank you for your consideration and vote, and please stay safe and well.
My name is Alex Peck, and I'm running for a seat on the Board of Trustees. My wife Priscilla and I moved to New Jersey 6 years ago and made Leisure Village West our home. We love living in our beautiful village and constantly find ways to give back to our community. Today, my focus is my faith, time with my beautiful wife, our 7 children and 13 grandchildren, along with our new growing family and friends here in Leisure Village West. Presently, I am the president of the LVW Bocce and Social Club. I enjoy being members of the Dance Club, Italian American Club, Golf Club, Pickleball Club, and monthly you can see me on Walk the Talk Sports. Every club, group, and resident of LVW know that both my wife and I are givers. We don't hesitate to give our time and or our support wherever needed in our community, and I will continue to do so to make Leisure Village West the time of your life, to have the time of your life. What are the responsibilities of a BOT? The board is elected by the unit owners in conjunction with the community manager. We're responsible for the administration for the village and for ensuring that the requirements of the master deed and bylaws are not violated. We have a responsibility to protect the association and the unit owners. Good leadership requires us to surround ourselves with people of diverse perspectives who can disagree without fear of retaliation, to be honest, to be respectful, and to communicate. Some of my personal daily values, which have helped me through my service to our country in the Army, as well as the career decisions I've made over the last 39 years, are respect for all people, doing the right thing, building strong relations, taking care of people, and giving back. I hope to be able to address all your needs, from our homes, amenities, and how those funds should be spent. I often walk our community and I see your concerns. If elected, I promise to look into just how we are cycling through our homes. Also the needs of our older residents, disabled residents, as well as the new and still working resident. However, to be able to address any of these areas and others, we need to first get back to being a village and respecting our neighbor. I hope to bring a different approach of leadership to this BOT, one that leads through better communication and respect to all residents. The division and the hate that I've seen grown this past year has to stop. It's a cancer. We'll never agree to disagree or come to any compromise or even be able to move forward with anything until we first fix us, the village. As a trustee of Leisure Village West, I will listen and put my passion for helping others and this community first. Together, through communication, honesty, and transparency, we can have our thriving, active, and beautiful village back. I want you all to have a home that you can be proud of and amenities that will allow us to stay active and a place for fellowship. I assure you that I will work together with all of you to make budget-minded decisions and will better the lives of our residents. Please consider me when you vote, and I thank you for the opportunity to serve each and every one of you. Thank you.
My name is Nancy Townsend Thomas. I live at 513C Cheshire Court, and I am a candidate for a seat on the Board of Trustees for Leisure Village West. In 2013, my late husband, Bill, was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. We were suddenly facing an early retirement. We needed a home where he could be safe, and with his declining health, I could care for him. Leisure Village was the perfect place for us to settle. We had family and friends nearby, and we would need them. That was the deciding factor for making Leisure Village West our home in 2014. Unfortunately, my husband passed away in that first year. What was the perfect place for us proved to be the perfect place for me. All of us have a story that brought us to make our home in Leisure Village West. And that is my story. and I have absolutely no regrets in making this decision. I am happily content with the life I am living here. I am new to many of you, and you may wonder about my qualifications to serve as a member of the board. I was ordained as a minister in 1976. My late husband and I served for 38 years in team ministry with the Salvation Army in various communities: New York City, Spring Valley, Yonkers, Long Island, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia. My responsibilities included all that entails pastoring a congregation, as well as developing programs for children, women, and older adults. I have served as the Salvation Army's representative to VA hospitals in both Wilkes-Barre and Philadelphia. I have also served on emergency disaster teams, including several weeks at our command headquarters in New York City during 9/11. Those roles led me to developing experience and expertise in public relations. Prior to my retirement, I was the Associate Administrator for the Williams Residence, a Manhattan-based 350-unit, 55-plus community. There, I facilitated both resident and staff meetings, undertook the renovations of the community cafe, developed social activities and educational programs. I understand how budgets work, why reserves are important, and value fiscal responsibility. I have served on advisory boards and community organizations focused on a united goal. I hold a Bachelor's of Science degree in Biblical Studies and Church Leadership from Philadelphia Biblical University. In retirement, I have been called upon to provide short-term leadership as needed for the Salvation Army in Ohio, Massachusetts during COVID crisis, and New York. I have been the guest speaker at older adult camps and women's retreats. During my time in Massachusetts, I met and married Herb Thomas. Together we have 8 grown children and 16 grandchildren. We enjoyed travel. We spent our honeymoon driving historic Route 66 from Chicago to Santa Monica. Last summer, we had an opportunity to tour Israel, Germany, Austria, and Italy. Alaska's next, and Egypt is in the works. So truly, we are living the Leisure Village West motto. We are having the time of our lives. But Leisure Village West is our home, and as you know, there is no place like home. I made the decision to run for a seat on the Board of Trustees because I know I can bring something of importance to the table. I have always been one who puts the needs of others first. I am always looking for ways to serve. I am a new face. I see things with a different perspective, and I am a fresh voice. There are 3 things I see as my strengths. I know how to work on a team. The Board of Trustees work as a team made up of people with varied skills, experiences, interests, but a team that should be focused on a goal. They have different perspectives, different personalities, but the goal should be in finding solutions to situations that will benefit the good of the people who live in our community, and not based on the individual feeling or feeding an ego. I really like to have my own way, but I don't need to have my own way. I have the ability to see both sides of a situation and find the common ground. I prefer peace over conflict. I will definitely express my opinion, but I will not demand that others accept that opinion. I am not easily swayed to follow something that will not be beneficial to the community. I will always be very aware that we are a part of a larger team, the residents of Leisure Village West. I see people who are often overlooked. There are many residents who live on the fringes of our community, and I'm not talking about the edges of our property, but those who are not involved in clubs or attend meetings, who will not speak their minds or share their opinions. There are some who believe that it does not matter what they have to say because they will never be heard. I am not a member of any club at this time. I have a few friends who live here. I do not run with the pack. Once I wrote a letter to the Board of Trustees expressing my opinion on a matter. The response was demeaning. And I know there are others who have had a similar experience. As your elected board member, it is my hope, if you feel you are on the edges of community, you will know there is one trustee who will see you, hear you, and represent your interests. I am a resident. I have made my home here in Leisure Village West by choice, having moved many times and making our home in a variety of houses that did not belong to us. This is the first home that truly belongs to me. I have invested my life here, in this community, and in my house. I have an emotional and sentimental attachment to my home. I am not looking for a better place to live because I have already found it. I am established here. We live in a beautiful community. We have wonderful amenities. We do a good job maintaining and improving the common buildings and activity areas. But I do think it's time to slow down on those improvements and focus our attention to the individual units. And that's what I hear from you very clearly. It's time to really pay attention to the outside of our homes, our walkways, our roads. We have a fine maintenance staff. I personally am very grateful for the work they do and their kindness during a personal crisis. We do need more workers in that department. Management is actively working to hire more employees. However, we are frustrated when we call regarding a repair or non-emergency problem and are told that they will get to us as soon as they can. But then we make countless calls to follow up on when they will get to us. I would like to see a way that we can hold maintenance to a higher standard of accountability to the residents. Once we make the call and we are placed on their to-do list, there should be a way that we can track our ticket. And I believe this is something we could be able to track through front steps. Many of you shared with me that you're disturbed about the animosity between the board members and between residents and board members. I'm disturbed by this as well. We are community. Those who serve on the board and those whom the board represents are our neighbors. This is something we should never forget. Each opinion matters. Each question should be heard, and the answer given with respect. If I am elected to serve on the Board of Trustees, I intend to abide by the code of conduct each board member should be guided by. I cannot control another person's behavior or conduct, but I can control my own behavior, my own conduct, my own response. I know that decisions are made that will not please everyone in our community, but I will always do my best to find the common ground. If something doesn't make sense, I will question it. If it does not meet the needs of the community, I will not support it. And I will do my best to find the balance between wants and needs. Given my extensive administrative background and commitment to service, I will be an asset to the Board of Trustees. I have the ability to see both sides of an issue and find common ground. I always respect my team. I have a heart for people and believe I can be a voice for those who also call Leisure Village West home, but are underrepresented. As a trustee, I will work hard on your behalf. The things that concern you will be my concern. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.